A little under 2 years ago, the first series come onto the channel, which was the ITM Cup. And now, thanks to some fantastic work with rosters from NZ Duncan, and of course some brilliant kits made up from none other than Don as a man, the ITM Cup makes a long-awaited reappearance to the channel for a dual team 2014 ITM Cup season. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornf1lakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the ITM Cup, making a very much long-awaited return to the channel. It was just under 2 years ago where it all started here with the ITM Cup, and now it is my huge pleasure to bring it back to the channel. Thanks to the two guys involved of making this possible, NZ Duncan for your fantastic work with the rosters, and Don as a man, your brilliant work with the kits. They look absolutely beautiful. But into the rugby, it is match number 1 for these two teams in the season, and Manawatu will be up against Southland for this first round match. Of course, this season we will be following two sides, the Stags from Southland and the Tasman Makos, the other team in the competition we will be following. But first up, Manawatu, the home side for today, and a team that is deep in New Zealand, up-and-coming talent, some huge names coming through the system, under 20s and up from there. If you're unfamiliar with ITM Cup, it is the second tier in New Zealand rugby under the Super Rugby competition. This is where the up-and-coming talent comes from. This is where the Super Rugby bolters come from, and this is where you will find your future talent. You may recognise some Super Rugby names in there: Croswell at number 8, Jason Emery at outside centre, to name just a couple. But of course it is the big prop at the front, number 1, Bidens, the Canadian, who might be a huge influence to this Manawatu side. Up against the Turbos will be the Southland Stags. Now this is a team that has built up a side mainly around youth coming through their systems, but on a lot of fringe players from bigger unions like Auckland and Canterbury that they have pulled down to Southland and have hopefully built up a strong side around them. They got the big coup this season, getting the signature of Lima Sopawanga that will hopefully, for the union, hold them in good stead for this season. If he can hold this backline together with some huge talent like Willis Halaholo, he is an explosive inside centre. Kurakura and Loco on the wings are some big, talented, strong and fast wingers. They will be key. Jackman, he is an experienced man who knows his way through the centre of the field, and Naga Luafe at the back is a skillful runner who could be a danger, but it is the forwards that Southland really excel on in previous seasons, and when they have the names, they have the experience of that back row, which will be so crucial for their team this season with Hardy, Boys and Dixon. That is really their go-to position. McIntosh will captain the side for the front row, and of course Beckwith, another name that you may recognise from Super Rugby with the Highlanders. We look all set for action here. Round 1 of the ITM Cup. These two teams, of course, not a big Super Rugby union, but they are here to show their colours, show their support for the union, and get in behind this competition. The Southland kicking off in the red and white, the Southland colours, and it is Manawatu in the green and white coming away with the ball now. Big run through the centre, and they'll get the ball for the first time in this match. They go to the left side. Oh, and it's been knocked on from Black. Hardy will go back for it, and instantly we have a turnover to start us off. Southland get the ball back, and Halaholo goes straight through the middle. The big outside centre. Grubbers ahead. Goes again. Can he finish? Halaholo. Oh, a brilliant piece of defence. And it is saved at the end of the day. Manawatu just about on the end of an early try. The Turbos, not the start they were looking for. Southland Stags getting an early chance there, not able to convert. Now Jackman, he has the ball for Stags, and he goes away. Sopawanga, the key man. Now he's Dylan Halaholo. Of course, the brothers together. Here's Willis Halaholo now. He tries to go straight into the defence. Great tackle at the back from Lewis Marshall. Southland again through Hardy, looking wide. Jackman puts on the burners, but can't get away. A great tackle from Tudro. Again, Southland, Eade pops it up. Karakura, he's got numbers with Sopawanga. Looks to stab. Oh, brilliantly. Sopawanga, key man in the Stags jumper. He gets the first try for Southland. They strike it up with a 5-0 lead. Lema Sopawanga, well, he is the biggest name in this match today. And you have to hope that he will lead this team. Beautiful work from Scott Eade. Finds Jackman. And Sopawanga does the rest around the back of Lewis Marshall. And the team takes surprising selection here for Manawatu. Leaving out Milner Scudder for Lewis Marshall, which was a big call in my opinion. But there it is. Might have paid the price early there with Sopawanga's first try. And how good do these jerseys look here for the Stags? Look at that. Controversial jerseys, but it looks fantastic nonetheless. Here's Sopawanga to give the extras for the first try of the tournament, going the way of Southland. And Sopawanga makes no mistake there, nails it at 7-0. Southland over Manawatu here, round 1 of the ITM Cup. Terry Black, back at halfway. He's the one who spilled the beans and lost early possession with the knock on. And now he will resume the match, kicking off. 12 gone, Southland leading 7-0, and Jackman, who's had a good first start to this match, finds the ball away. Dixon, boys goes crunching into the defence. And Southland have the ball just outside their own 22. Eade, normally playing a fly half himself, gives it back to Sopawanga. And he pumps that ball downfield, getting it away from Marshall. It's rolling towards the touchline. Marshall just keeps it in. Oh! And he's been hammered from Kanakura. Big work there from Kanakura. Now Southland on the ball again. Beku is in the back line. Fires it. Oh, missing out one. Jackman gets it back. And boys, it's 3-on-1 out here. It's got to be a try. It will be Loco. And for number 2 for Southland. Brilliant work. Lula here, Loco gets the second try. Southland looking brilliant here in this first match. Who would have seen this coming from the Stags? They are blowing the turbos away here in this opening exchange. Jackman brilliant, but look at this room here. Too much space, and when you're 3-on-1 like that, someone has to score. Loco gets the try, and the Stags go out to a 12-0 lead. Brilliant work. Loose pass in the middle, but Jackman, he really steadied the ship, found the space out wide, and once again, Manawatu caught short. And the try, easy finish. And how good are they looking already? Lolo here, Loco getting his first try in Stags colours. And they're showing that the back line is something to be reckoned with this year for Southland. Previously not the way. Manawatu trailing by 12. And the Stags, with Lema Sopawanga nailing another conversion, take the lead out to 14-0. Manawatu behind the 8 ball quite considerably already. 20 minutes gone. Well, first things first for the Turbos is they need the ball. And that's where they've struggled in this match. Once again, Terry Black kicks off and he goes deep down. Oh, Jackman's left it alone, and up come everyone for the ball. But in the end, it is boys that gets it, lost it all. Turnover for Manawatu, and there they come, running sideways. No one interested too much in a tackle. What's going on here? Is play being called out? No, we're still playing on. Well, that's an interesting tactic there for Manawatu. Don't know what's going on there. Now, the Turbos. Oh, good at Black, who gets smashed from Holo Holo. Big tackle in the midfield. First receiver, once again. Hamilton, gets hammered himself. And Manawatu looking very two-dimensional here on attack. They get the ball back again. Croswell. Oh, Croswell goes for a run. He's been wrapped high. And it's a high shot there coming in from Wharealofa. Manawatu get the penalty. Behind by 14 already. Probably wouldn't be a bad call to take the 3. And that's exactly how they'll go, while Terry Black will step up. And the youngster will be keen on the opportunity for first points here for the Turbos. And he slots in an easy one to start him off. It's 14-3, the Stags over the Turbos. Southland, 2 tries. Manawatu, just a penalty. Plenty to play for here. First match for these two sides. For we'll see Tasman in action later on. But we kick off again through Sopawanga. Beautifully pulled in from Tudro. Now they swing it to the left side. It's up again. And another big run coming in from Croswell. He's a bit isolated though, and Southland might be keen on this ball. But it will slowly eke back for Manawatu. Hamilton goes for a bit of a run before putting in the kick, and that's a nice one. That is a huge kick. And back goes Nalagluafe. He turns, and he's going to return this one. Pumps it downfield. That's a nice kick. No one at home for Manawatu. And eventually going back, they get it. Oh, that looked like he went in touch. That's Tudro. Again, of course, keep in mind, both the wingers here for Manawatu are Tudros. It's Nathan on one side and Newton on the other. Just to save confusion, it's a line out here. Holo gets it in. It's Dylan Holo. Eid fires out for Sopawanga. First ball receiver, Jackman. Nice ball. Holo looks to step. Can't get away. Kura was waiting out there. Oh, they're going away again. Look at this run here from Dixon. He looks to shimmy through. Just a metre short. Good defence on the goal line there from Lewis Marshall. Super defence. Southland no one at home. And they've lost the ball. Away they come short side and straight into touch. Dodgy run there from Bidwell Curtis. Really could have done something a bit better with that. He's given the ball straight to Southland. Right on the stroke of half time, just 5 metres out. Dylan Holo will throw in. Beckwith at the front. Eid fires it wide for Dixon. Oh, big hitting run from Dixon. Straight into the heart of the defence. Eid goes short, Fatty Loafer. Jackman, he deserves one, he won't get it. He's driven backwards. Great defence once again from Manawatu. The Turbos will want to get out of this situation if possible. Back it goes for Black. He does nicely to get it away for his winger. It's advantage to Southland. Forward pass and a knock on to Boots. But I think we might be heading to the sheds. Manawatu might escape this one by a thread. Wow, that's a big call to say that's forward. We will go to half time. Well, Southland possibly should have got their third try right there, but they will head to the sheds happy, leading 14-3 over the Manawatu Turbos here. First match of the ITM Cup for these two teams. The Stags getting the job done in the first half, but it can easily change in the second if Manawatu can find their way back into the game. Southland have had a fairly comfortable lead over possession and territory, 61 and 66% respectively. It is Manawatu who are putting up the handling errors 4-1, and the high tackle, of course, from Farialofa. Not the best work there from the second rower. Tackles have been plenty, 21-16 from the two sides. Manawatu leading that one, and their penalty goal down the bottom, the only points representing from the Turbos team in this first half. Let's get back down for the second half of action in the ITM Cup. Sensational stuff to be bringing this back to the channel. We have 40 minutes remaining today. Southland leading at half-time, 14-3. Manawatu to kick off through Otiri Black. Haven't had much ball, the Turbos, and they resume the game. Oh, beautifully plucked out of the heavens from Emery.
Release.
And Manawatu have a fantastic opportunity to kick off this half. They go on the short side, and here's Tudro again, hammered backwards.
Release.
That's a good piece of defence from Southland, but they've got more to do here. Just a couple of metres out from their 22.
Advantage.
They go short as pop back, and again it's advantage Southland. Well, Bidwell Curtis once again is arguing the fact with the ref. Let's see. Wow, that's another bad call. Another
Crouch.
strong run too.
Touch.
So a scrum will
Sit.
pack down for Southland. The Stags, this is an area they think they should excel in. The strength of Southland rugby over the years. And there we go. A good display of why. Dixon runs it out himself. Now pulls to Sopawanga. He goes for Willis Halaholo. He breaks through one. Taken down the second line of defence coming across from Northcott. Eid will go back to Sopawanga, and he'll put this one on a thread and stroke it down the centre of the park. Marshall waits for it. Oh, he's let it bounce past him. That could be a mistake as here comes Southland's defence. Beautiful work, and has freed away the man, Hemington. He's kicked it away as he breaks up against the defence. Karakura waits for it at the back. Oh, he might be in a bit of trouble, but he finds Halaholo. Good work from the Stags at the back. Dixon in support for Sopawanga. He's still got a man with him. It's none other than Loco. Loco with a foot race going down the left side. No one will catch him. And Loco will get number 2. And the Stags will get try number 3. Sensational counter-attacking from the back. And once again, Lolohia Loco gets another try for the Stags. He hits his second. And how good was that run back? It looked like they might have been in trouble, but it was beautiful work between Karakura and his support at the back was Halaholo. They got the job done brilliantly and then found space out on the left. There was Marshall doing the last line of defence, had to commit to Sopawanga. And Loco did the rest. It's another easy finish. Had to show a bit of his speed there to get away from the cover, but it was enough. And the left winger, another sensational job. The Stags extend their lead. And they look very good in this early stage. Of course, a long season. As Sopawanga, one man they'll need to be fit for this whole season, right there. Linchpin of this team, he is the marquee man in the Southland outfit. Manawatu have caught themselves a bit short here. They haven't really had the ball to do what they would like to, as once again Black kicks off. He goes down to McIntosh, who finds Halaholo. Sopawanga goes into the tackle, and he won't be there to kick this away. Southland are going to have to hit this up. Or maybe not. McIntosh finds some space. He's got Willis Halaholo with him. He goes back for Karakura. Karakura puts it on his boot. He's kicking and he's chasing. He's quick. He's speeding past the other chasers. But coming across will be the man from the opposite wing. That's Tudro again. Covering from the right wing. Great work to save the other Tudro. Both of them in the action there. Now Black will have a 22 dropout. They were just meters away from a 4th try there. Eade finds Beckuis. Good work, but he's trying to intercept ball. And Manawatu get the ball back. Right on halfway. What can they cook of? Bidens goes short for Cyril. Finds space out wide. Here's Tudro again. Up against the fullback. And a great tackle by Ngangalafe. And he struck down the Manawatu attack. Trying to contest the ball to the breakdown, but it will come back for Hamilton. And he's held up from Loco. Very close to the line. Stone goes wide. It's Bedwell Curtis with a big ball. Numbers here for Manawatu as they look back inside for Croswell. And he goes to ground right on the 22 here for Manawatu. Oh, there's another high shot. Wow, that's a poor tackle once again. This time it's Scott Eade, who's too tiny to, you'd think, reach a forward up around his neck, but there you have it. He's done exactly that, and yes, I would agree with Manawatu here. They can't afford 3 points now. They need 7s, and they need them fast. Dylan Halaholo playing in the front row here. Of course, Willis Halaholo in the back line. Inside centre, here's the line out, stolen in the middle from Whirilufa, and away comes Sopawanga looking to clear but doesn't get his space. Southland struggle here, but Eade has it at the back. Now Eade will look to kick this one away. Good work from the halfback, and he fires it upfield. At the back, waiting for it is Lewis Marshall. He has been hammered again. Southland getting numbers to this breakdown. But they won't find the ball back on their side. Just going back to Hamilton. Oh, gets out of one. Had to be covered again. Southland once again. More numbers to the breakdown. And they get the ball back. Now Beckwith involved in their last play. Finds Halaholo. He's swinging away. He takes a tackle and offloads. It's Loco. Once again looking to pop through. Oh, he's taken down. And the ball is going to just go out. But we're going to have a mark called. Looks like Emery has called a mark right on the touchline. Wow. That's about as close as you can get, folks, without being out. Oh, Manawatu go through Black, and they're in a world of trouble already. But it's a big run here from Bidens. He's freed up some space. Oh, look at this run here. Croswell. He's going to have to run it against Sopawanga. The chaser's coming across, and Lemus Sopawanga will take this Croswell down. He gets up. Surely will turn this over. He does. Supawanga deserves a medal for that alone. That is valiant defence from the Stags. Waiting at the back. Loco will get the ball. As full time goes, Rodadale's putting that kick away. Marshall waits for it. I'd say they'll be quite happy there. Oh, that's offside from Beculus. As Southland take down the ball runner. And they have this game in the bag. 21-3.
Release.
Advantage still with Manawatu. Are they going to let this play? Does Southland want to look for a bonus point? Hamilton will have another go. Oh, that's a good tackle. Release Southland offside. Southland. Penalties going everywhere at the moment. Hands in that last breakdown from Southland, and now the offside penalty called back. And Black will run it. He finds support on the inside. A great run here. Biden's eventually going to ground. Foreman on hand, going for another bit of a short run. The front rowers. Manawatu want points. They want tries. They feel that this is not a fair representation of this match. 21 points to 3, 18 points. It's not enough for the Stags or for Manawatu. 87 minutes go by. Still going. They look wide, cutting back. Hamilton into the tackle. Biden's again going wide to Drone. Nice ball back inside. South of defence holding. Manawatu a bit sideways, a bit lateral in their attack. Oh, Bedwell Curtis, good ball. And now they're finding some space. It's there for the little scrum half. And he goes upfield. Hamilton, good run there. Still ball for Manawatu. Fired to the left side. Black gets it over the top. Here's a chance for Emery. Popping it beautifully to Tuju. But Karakura equal to the task. Taking him down one-on-one. Beautiful work. Black gets hammered. That's a huge hit on the first 5. He's flying backwards. And Southland turn it over. Now do they want another try? They've got a clear chance at a bonus point. Beautiful work. Oh, Willis Holoholo knocks on. Oh, that was a try. It was 2-on-1. Holoholo had Loco on his wing, and he just had to pass Lewis Marshall at the back. What a disappointing finish for Southland. They have, though, won this match comprehensively. But what could have been a 4-try bonus point there, and a hat-trick for Lolohia Loco. Goes begging, but a brace from the left winger in his first match for Stag colours. As for the Manawatu Turbos, not quite their best today. A good side, but early season jitters already for the Manawatu side. 21-3 the final score. O'Terry Black, the only point scorer for Manawatu, getting them just the 3 points. As for Southland, Lema Sopawanga with a try, as well as the left winger Lolohia Loco with a brace. Sopawanga was perfect with his boot, 3 from 3, and really directed the Stags backline around beautifully throughout the match. Manawatu definitely had more of a share of the possession and territory in the second half, pegging Southland down another 5 to 10% in that second spell. In the end, though, handling errors still plagued the Turbos, 6-4, and the penalties by Southland, high tackles not really going their way. Both teams making a lot of work in defence, nearing 100 tackles for the match. And that is us, round 1 for Southland and Manawatu. Of course, as we follow 2 sides in this series, we'll check out what the table looks like and who the Tasman Makos will have for their first match of the ITM Cup. Just 2 matches remain here for round 1 of the ITM Cup, and we have a set of results here to go through before we look on to our second match for round 1. Canterbury at the top, they're taking out Hawke's Bay in the first match of the competition, 22-5. Southland carried on that vein with a 21-3 win over Manawatu. The Turbos going down in a pretty woeful display. Counties Manukau Steelers getting a 30-12 win over Otago. Big one there for the Steelers over the Super Rugby franchise. Waikato and Bay of Plenty, a massive match there, but it was the Bay of Plenty Steamers getting the 1-point win over Waikato, 15-14. Then another ripper, 25-all between North Harbour and Auckland. That's a massive result. Once again, the Super Rugby provinces, franchises, not doing too well here in the ITM Cup. Of course, players disparage away from their Super Rugby franchises back to where they originally come from. That is what makes the ITM Cup wonderful. That sets us up nicely. Wellington at home against Tasman for our second match of round one. It's going to be a cracker. The Wellington side, the Lions, of course, a Super Rugby franchise, up against Tasman, who could be one of the best sides. A lot of youth, but we'll see the Tasman side soon. The Makos with a chance early on against a Super Rugby franchise. Let's have a look at the table here, and it is Counties and Southland who lead the top with a plus 18 points differential, but Counties getting the bonus point, and that's what matters. That gives them 5 points and a big difference. You can see Taranaki down the bottom there in 10th. Haven't played a match, but they are Ranfurly Shield holders, so keep that in mind, of course, if you follow New Zealand rugby here, the domestic stuff. Ranfurly Shield, a huge part of local rugby here, and that is up for grabs when the defending side is playing at home against the challenger. So if Taranaki has a home match, the Ranfurly Shield will be on the line. So let's have a quick look at the fixtures and see when that could possibly be. Taranaki, Northland, there you go. First Ranfurly Shield challenge going to Taranaki. Big chance for Northland. After that, it could be possibly Tasman who get the second chance of taking the Shield. For all you Northern Hemisphere viewers maybe not so familiar with this, it is a massive deal. Ranfurly Shield is one of the most iconic and biggest prizes in domestic rugby in New Zealand. So with the Stags getting a big win in their first up match, they'll be looking to who could be a big rival for them, Tasman up against Wellington, and that is our second match for round one as we follow these two sides through the ITM Cup. And that is me for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy this ITM Cup series. It is fantastic to have it back. Once again, thank you to those two guys, NZ Duncan and Don as a man, for making this possible, because it is just fantastic to have the ITM Cup back. And until next time, take care.